What's good with the YouTube? You already know Real Talk with Flacco coming live and direct. And on this platform, what do? We smash, dash, and then we slide on through with that little bit of energy. I almost went into that Real Talk spell I used to do. So please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit the bell notification for future fire content. So I have a sad topic to talk about, man. And it happened in my hometown. A 5-year-old girl was killed. Her name was Eliana Crisos Domo. Okay. She had 3 other siblings. They were on their way to Outback, which is right there at the Dave and Buster's, I believe, if I remember right, in Milpitas, California, at the Great Mall. And somewhere in the area of Dixon Landing in 880, which is kind of off of it kind of borders Milpitas Fremont right there. See, Milpitas, the border of Milpitas to Fremont, it's like really a lot of industrial stuff from there between Fremont, where the heart of Irvington's at, right? So there's not really nothing there. So this occurred kind of in between there, and I think somewhere around by Dixon Landing it happened, which is Dixon Landing takes you to Sunny Hills right there. And apparently a car came by, shot up the car, and there was a cop, or not a cop, a highway patrol, who was taking care of something on the freeway, and the family pulled over and said that that their daughter had been shot. You know, not much details have been given at this time. There's not very very little that's known. There was this total separate shooting that happened in Fremont, where 3 people, pulled up and some type of dispute happened and someone got shot in Fremont. Not that much, somewhere around the same time frame, maybe a little bit earlier, and then they were arrested in Santa Cruz. 3 people, they were found with a gun. They're not saying at this time if those 2 cases are connected. Um, but this is a senseless crime, man. Anybody with any type of information, man, a 5-year-old girl deserves justice. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's any type of affiliations. Sounds like their family were really close family. She was close to her siblings, especially the her brother was 11 months apart from her. And my condolences to the family. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't what the streets are bad enough as it is for kids nowadays out there, right? There's a lot of corrupt stuff that goes on. Gangs, violence, drugs, and all that, right? But even gang members out there usually have a moral compass when it comes to kids, and a lot of them believe that they will not put families in danger. So I don't know what this crime's about. I don't know if this was a mistaken identity. I don't know if this was just some psychotic individual or psychotic group. They haven't released no details, man. But anybody, man, with any type of information, man, this is the one time when you sit there and do the right thing. 5-year-old girl. Just think if it was your kid, what would you want done? That's all I got to say on that. Um, until we get more details, there's nothing really known, man. And you know what's weird, right? It's not weird. It's not just weird. It's sad and it's scary. I've seen more killings of kids under the age of 10 years old by gang members. There's a problem there with this, man. And a lot of it is, we had the one in Watsonville, you had the Goshen massacre, you had the one out there in Yuba City. I mean, there's been a whole long list of them, right? And what could be done to change this? What could we as a community do to create a change here? That's a big issue right now, man, because these crimes right now are being committed, by individuals who are just have no respect for human life. I mean, at the top of some of these top organizations, man, those who fall victim to certain crimes are usually guilty themselves. You know, no one believes in killing the innocents, at least in the United States, right? And especially a young child at that age, man, with other children in that car. See, not just this child was affected, but the rest of the kids that were in the car, the family. That is something that's going to terrify them and traumatize them, man. And my heart goes out to them, man. And the GoFundMe, let me look at the GoFundMe. You know what I'm saying? I donated something anonymously there to them. I had to in my heart. The GoFundMe, there is a GoFundMe page. It hasn't been linked, but I'm gonna try to look it up real quick. Look up the Chrysostom Family Organized GoFundMe Fund. Their goal is 75,000. They're at 32,000. They're probably close to 40,000. Do what you can, man. And think about not just what the parents will go through, but think about those kids, man. That's gonna be you know forever gonna haunt them, man. And this right now is something that really needs to be addressed. There's too many shootings like this that are occurring all the time. You know what I'm saying? Someone needs to be held accountable. Something needs to happen. I never remember in my time frame of gang banging and be on the streets, there was something that would happen rarely every once in a while, right? But as long as these gang members ain't facing, or I'm not saying it's gang members, just criminals in general, psychotic individuals, they got to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they are, whether they're black, white, Mexican, Asian, whatever, whether they're active or inactive, they got to be held accountable, man. And I think that most people agree with me on that, man. You know, uh, they got to feel the wrath. What's going to come from committing these type of crimes? They're going to end up on a level 4 yard, right? Where someone's going to peel their cap. If you think you're going to go to this active GP yard over here and you're going to be okay, nah, you ain't going to be okay. You think you're going to go to this SNY level 4, you ain't going to be okay. This kind of stuff needs to stop, man. And it's sad because before we were talking about, it was terrible to have kids between the ages of 14 and 18 being killed, right? Now, I mean, kids as young as 5 years old are being affected by stuff out there in the streets. And I'm not saying, like I said, we don't know who committed this crime, but I'm talking about all these other shootings that have occurred. Yuba City. There was one in Dakota. There was one where was Marysville. There's been a lot of different shootings, man. And we as a community need to sit there and think, what can we do? What needs to be changed? And also for those that are out there in the streets, man. Ones that have some type of say, ones that people listen to. Talk to these youngsters, man. Talk to these kids between the ages of like 16 and 24, man, about what this life's really about, man. And that these crimes don't take anybody anywhere. It's. I mean, I'm still trying to fucking gather my thoughts about what really happened because it's hard for me to imagine that a car just pulls up on on a regular car and shoots it up. I still can't connect the T's and dot the I's and do all that. It doesn't make no sense to me. And maybe that's why they're keeping this investigation under wraps. Maybe there's more to this than we know. At the current moment, I'm gonna say I don't know. Look at what happened with the Goshen investigation. Everybody had that wrong, and I said from the beginning, we don't know what happened. This is what it says it looks like. This is what it potentially can be. We don't know what this is. You know what I'm saying? This could be a family retaliation. This could be fucking an ex, from the way in the past. This could be revenge served 20 years later. This could have been mistaken identity. This could have been anything. Until we know that, we don't have no answers. But we should talk about all these senseless other shootings that have happened, man. And that, I don't condone or promote violence, but it's going to happen. And this is one thing I'll tell to anybody. Your actions always have to be, they have to be in accordance to, you got to have that moral compass, man. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. And a lot of people don't have it. They don't think. They think it's more important to pull out that cuete, that banger, whatever you want to call it, and start clapping or capping, whatever. It ain't, man. Back in the days, it was more honorable to do this. You know what I'm saying? But people in the streets turned it into too much personal shit to where people want to pull out that thing. Now, I get all that. That comes with the criminal lifestyle. But when you have that peace and you out there in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Bullet doesn't know no name. Always remember that. And is it worth it? There's people who are doing time for killing someone by accident. Shooting that one person, not hitting that person and killing that person. There's people doing life, just for crimes that they think about it 6 months later were crimes of passion or heat of the moment, and that's another issue. Road rage and, the problems that are going on in the community. There's things that are happening every day that are taking a lot of mental toll on individuals, and people don't take care of their mental health, man. They don't get services or whatnot. And that's another key. If the economy was doing good, right, and everything was all righteous, if you ever notice, the rest of the world functions a lot better. It doesn't mean we don't have these incidents, but it does operate a lot better because people are less stressed. They got money coming in. They don't have to go out there and commit crimes or double dip in whatever they're doing. There's a lot of things that change based upon the fact of an economy going good. And I'm not saying that would have saved this girl's life at all. I'm just giving you guys different type of variables of what potentially is going on because I don't understand the amount of violence that we're seeing. I mean, I understand it. I don't understand the reckless nature of this generation, of how people do things. I don't understand the radical behaviors and decision making of this generation that it's given a pass. You know what I mean? I guess it is true. Everything's starting to change. People are allowed to commit certain crimes and there's no swift punishment like before. You know, this girl deserves justice. Any child. I don't give a fuck if the parent's father is the worst person in the world. That child does not deserve that at that age. They're innocent still. You know, you never know what they're gonna grow into. They didn't even get a chance at life, and that's the sad thing about this, man. Is that I've known so many people who've died at young ages. You know, met people that have died as young as like under 10 years old. I know people who start to change their life and go in a different direction, get killed. You know what I'm saying? Right when they're starting to do positive. It's not just always violence, but just in general. Life is precious, everybody. Appreciate it. I was out last night with a subscriber and his family, right? And I drove out there to meet up with him. He's from out there in Washington. And I told him, I said, man, you got a beautiful family. I said, I go, that's what life's about. That's what I want. I want to have what you have. Because fuck all the other bullshit. Having a family take care of yours and appreciating them is more important than anything, man. And I seen that yesterday when I was talking to him. And cases like this, man, it makes you think about how short life could be at times, and to appreciate what you do have. You don't have to have all the riches in the world, man. You don't have to have all the money. You don't have to have the fucking reputation or have that ego. What you do have to have is respect for you and your loved ones, your family, and appreciation. Appreciation means more than anything, I feel personally, And these are just some food for thoughts on this case, man. So, man, anybody know anything, man, do what you got to do. I wouldn't hesitate. 5-year-old girl, man, shit, she deserves justice, man. It's a fucking piece of shit crime. With that said, it's your boy Flacco. I'm gone.